I've just got to keep going and keep progressing, and my ability, hopefully, it all comes back in.
It's overshadowed by the story.
Game shot on the first leg, Lisa Ashton.
Story here is Lisa Ashton has come out firing.
I didn't think I wanted to be on the stage because it's so frustrating when you know what you can do and something's limiting you.
Double efficiency for the other players in the last couple of games.
Game shot on the first leg.
Certainly is continuing as Hayter cleans that up with no trouble at all.
It's a game of top trumps, it's a game of darts.
Well, it's top tungsten
on the second leg,
from Lisa Ashton.
There you go, but what if their averages are the same?
Game shot on the third leg, Gemma Hayter.
It would take you more matches to be able to turn around that leg difference.
She might be turning it around slightly here.
Game shot
Wow.
on the third leg, Lisa Ashton.
And Vicky Prim and Steph Clark all separated by just 2 points themselves.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Now nothing
Gemma
to
Hayter.
separate.
Well within range now to get the job done.
Game shot and the match, Lisa Ashton.
And it could have really harmed Hayter. But she remains
Shot and the
unharmed.
match, Gemma
And she'll be
Hayter.
able to rest up for a couple of days because Gemma Hayter is through to finals night. Hi there and welcome to a night of action here at the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV. And it's ladies' night. Well, it's Women's Week, of course. And we saw a tale of two players really fighting it out in Group A. Gemma Hayter made it. Lisa Ashton narrowly missed out, and she's going to be in action this evening. Matthew Egg is also going to be here providing his expert analysis. We've had a session already today, Matt, as well this afternoon. Some exciting talents in the shape of Paige Pauling and Sophie McKinley, but it was Steph Clark who really shone remarkably after not winning a match in her first day on Monday.
Yeah, she's got better progressively as the week's gone on. Didn't win a game on Monday, won 2 on Tuesday, improved again in the line of performance on Wednesday. And I think it's going to be that classic Super Series story where we get a debutant come here, maybe doesn't feel like they quite belong at first, feels like they've got something to prove, and then use that experience to then have a better back end of the week. And that's what Steph's doing at the moment, currently sat top of the table, 4 legs clear, which can be a big factor in this when we look at how tight that group is all the way down to 5th position.
Paige Pauling was your pick, actually. She was an outsider with the bookies earlier. She's won 4 out of 5 games on debut at 16 years of age. Sensational stuff. Where have we heard that before?
And the thing is, I don't think Paige Pauling's got anywhere near the levels of which we know she's capable of. She's shown us flashes of brilliance. She's shown us a couple of big finishes. There were some good moments in there. But I don't think she gelled it together the way I've seen her do before, certainly when she's been playing on the women's series. So I do expect that Paige Pauling's going to come tomorrow and increase that level of performance, which is ominous for the rest of the group.
Well, let's just show you how the week's panning out so far. Then Gemma Hayter, she won Group A. She is through to finals night. Group C will conclude tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. live here on Pluto TV. And in the middle there, Group B, it's about to get underway. Laura Turner, Lorraine Winstanley, Robin Byrne, Lisa Ashton and Kirsty Viinikainen. Now, we'll start with Ashton because she was close to winning that Group A. In the end, it came down to those defeats to Gemma Hayter, I guess.
Yeah, just 1 too good for her, wasn't there, in Group A, and that was Gemma Hayter. Gemma, the head-to-head stats is where she really run that, wasn't it? But Lisa Ashton played well, statistically the best player in the group. Look at her coming into this group in Group B, and as long as there's nothing in regards to fatigue now being her 4th day here at the Super Series, I think she's going to go through this. We look at this group and it's 5 players rather than the 6 that we've seen so far. 3 players will qualify, but I said to Henry this afternoon, I view it totally differently. I view this as we've got 2 from 4. And Lisa Ashton goes through.
And let's have it right, she is a legend of this game, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. 4-time world champion, the only ever female tour card holder, first female to put 100 average in a big major event. And we can go on forever, really, with the achievements of Lisa Ashton. Very understated in regards to what she's done within the sport. Legend, I think, really does suit her for the ladies' game.
Right, you've carved a name out for yourself as a pundit and commentator. Someone on that stage tonight has done that very well as well in Laura Turner. What's she going to be feeling like now in that practice room, ready to get on the stage after spending so much time at this side of the fence?
It's one of those, it all depends on how you view it yourself. Now, speaking from experience, I don't feel like I'm a critic. I'm an analysis. So I can only sit here and say what we see. So I never see it as in when you go back to the darts that you've got to sort of show what you've got to do what you've been saying, because it's just what it is. Where I think some people see it the other way round, where they look at it and go, well, maybe I've been critical. Maybe now I've got to go and do things in that same situation. Oh, I hope I don't do something that I've said I shouldn't do. We saw Chris Mason, didn't we, traditionally say all the time, don't apologise for winning legs. And then when he went up there, he actually apologised for winning a leg. And you remember those sort of things. So, yeah, some people do view it in fact that they've got to go down there and kind of prove something. And ultimately, she just got to go down there and play her darts. But if I know Laura, the cogs will be turning.
Well, I wonder what she will make of these odds, because Laura has been made the outsider. How rude, bookmakers. We will be having words. 20-1, Laura Turner. 10-1, Lorraine Winstanley. Robin Byrne, third favourite. Kirsty Viinikainen has impressed this week. She is second favourite. But Lisa Ashton, not just a favourite, but a heavy odds-on favourite. And it just kind of backs up the point that you made.
And still value at 8-13. You know, one of the questions you always ask is there any value there? Yeah, it's with the favourite, Lisa Ashton. I think that is a good price. If I was pricing this up, I'd have it a bit closer to the 1-3, I believe, on Lisa Ashton, on the basis of what we've seen, the basis of what she's done over her career, and what I think she's going to go do in 2025.
If you are going to have a bet, please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org is, of course, 18+. Right, the first match is about to get underway. It is the Flying Finn Kirsty Viinikainen against Laura Turner, who has swapped this microphone for her darts. But I had a little chat with her earlier this evening to see how she's feeling. Laura, back here at the Modus Super Series, but in different circumstances. How excited are you about playing here tonight?
You know, I am really looking forward to it. Obviously didn't have the best start last time I came here in Group C, but yeah, looking forward to getting back up there. It's different. I'm used to being in the comms box, but yeah, I enjoy the challenge.
You said in the past sometimes that can be a disadvantage, being in the comms box and having to then go and back it up on the stage, but in this system, which is sort of unfamiliar to a lot of the players, do you think there's a little bit of an advantage in knowing how it all works and being familiar with the surroundings?
Yeah, but I like to think so. I mean, obviously, it's your darts that do the talking, but I've already kind of found out who's playing at what point and informed everyone else. So maybe I should keep that to myself, you know, keep the little inside advantage. But no, in all fairness, you know, it's what I do when I'm up there. But the fact that I know the venue and, you know, I know what happens here, I'm hoping it helps.
And you've just come back, of course, from commentating on the World Championship, Luke Littler winning that title. How much of an inspiration has that been for all darts players, and how keen have you been to pick the darts back up?
Yeah, very much so. Obviously, you've worked at the World Championships. It's very full on, so little time to practice. But yeah, I think not just Luke Littler doing what he did, but just seeing the players that perhaps hadn't performed, like Callum Ridds, for example, this year. You know, just seeing what they can actually do when they put their mind to it. It has been very inspirational. So hopefully, I can have some of that Ali Pali magic and, you know, bring it into my performance today.
And usually at the end of our conversations here, I ask you for a prediction. What can we expect from Laura Turner the next couple of nights?
Oh, honestly, sounds like a cliche. I want to play well. Obviously, you know, it's a real test when you come against a group like we've got tonight. So hopefully, you know, playing well. But I made a slow start last time. I didn't pick up any points early enough. So I'm hoping to just, you know, get a couple of wins early on and just keep myself in contention.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, here we go then, Laura Turner on the stage, ready for her second tilt at a Modus Super Series Women's Week. She played in Group C as referenced last time around, wasn't quite happy with her start, had a much better second day. You do have a little bit more time to grow into it in Group B because of the 3 players going through from 5, but she will be determined to get off to a more flying start this time around. Not from too far away in Surrey. Former World Championship quarter-finalist, 7-time WGF title winner, takes on Finland's Kirsty Viinikainen in the opening match of tonight's 10 tungsten ties. Viinikainen, who got through 2 finals night in the first Women's Week by coming through this very group, and she was a little emotional when she realised that she had gotten over that hill as well. Paul Hinks, the referee, officiating proceedings this evening. Every match First to 3 legs, and joining me, Chris Murphy, in commentary for all 10 of tonight's tussles.
First leg, Laura to throw first. Game on.
Matthew Edgar, who's made the short walk from the studio.
I think we've got a really good dynamic tonight.
81.
Different paces, different styles, different backgrounds. Real good ingredients to mix up a bit of a treat this evening. For Viinikainen, it's been
60.
a steady week. It's been the week of expectation. Not really learned anything new about the style and the way in which she plays the game, and will be very reactive to what goes on in front of her. And right now, this is a good start from Laura Turner.
Well, that's what she wanted, wasn't it? A strong start.
42.
Might be taking her own advice here.
$100.
Representing a darting family tonight is Laura Turner, a story we've been telling all week regarding Lisa Ashton. In fact, quite a lot of the players tonight coming from darting backgrounds and darting families.
81.
Guess it, instead of loser marks, it's loser does the dishes.
41.
And I've got it in good authority that also happens in the Edgar household, despite the fact that he's the only dart player in the house.
Yeah, I've had to get some marigolds. My hands keep getting all puffy
45.
from the water.
So this is the first of 10 fixtures
45.
tonight. Following this, Lisa Ashton will be in action for the first time this evening. She takes on Lorraine Winstanley. And then Robin Byrne will make her Women's Week debut when Turner returns to the stage for her second of 4 appearances.
121. Lorica 134.
And they're going and teasing us to a max in the opening leg. Suppose Laura Turner being at the Ali Pali doing the commentary on the
54.
World Championships would have
Goes to
probably
the car,
seen lots of different
162.
routes of which the players have taken, and may even be changing and adopting. Certainly a more traditional route now, the use of the 17s there. No shot on now for Viinikainen, that one just south of the target. So Laura
60.
Turner will return
Lorica 80.
for the perfect start to the day.
So double top to take the opening leg.
40.
High and wide.
Goes to a car,
Viinikainen
92.
gets a look at the 92. Options on it. Could go for the bull or aggressively take aim at the treble 20. And the gamble pays off. 2 darts at double 16 becomes 1 at double 8.
84.
But neither are in for the fin.
Lorica 40. Getting shot on the first leg, Laura Turner.
Missing does become quite
Second leg,
infectious.
Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
Certainly when you're starting out and you've not had a positive result on that stage before, if you start off missing opportunities, it can soon start to get into the mindset. So that was a big last start, that, for Laura Turner. You can see her just at the back of the stage.
95.
A few deep breaths, trying to stay composed. Front 9 was strong in leg 1. She can continue that way. She's going to certainly keep getting
140.
opportunities. Although you would think
100.
maybe Laura Turner thought she was going to a javelin contest tonight, wouldn't you? She got very long darts.
60.
There you see. Doesn't have to take too many steps down the hockey to reach those.
$140.
Maybe a plan originally was just to sort of hold the flight and try and put them in.
Kirsty Viinikainen there leaving a bogey in hunting down the maximum. Shouldn't do any
60.
damage because Kurt Turner's not on a finish.
Again, that first start sat beautifully in the treble 20.
98.
Probably would have been a little bit of temptation there to carry on the treble 20 with that very inviting light.
$85. Kirsty Viinikainen, 68.
So double 16. Kirsty did miss a dart at this target in the opening leg, but she
Game shown
finds it in the second
leg.
to level up the
Kirsty
match.
Viinikainen.
Remember, short format this, just a race to 3.
Third leg Laura to through first. Game on.
Turner hoping to make that advantage of having the throw count.
$100.
Didn't travel too much, did she, Laura Turner, last year in regards to her own
41.
aspirations and hopes to get back to Lakeside. Various other projects that Laura's involved in last year, just taking priority.
83.
I'm sure we'll see Laura back out on the various tours again at some point. Certainly be quite encouraged by the way she started this game. Said she comes from a darting family. Her
41.
husband plays darts, her daughter plays darts.
Yeah, she commentated on her own brother-in-law as well here at the Super Series, Mike Gillett.
60.
Of course, played at the Lakeside this year, as did Laura and her husband Aaron.
Weekly winner here at the Super Series, Mike Gillett.
$45.
Must be a very fiercely contested Christmas darts open.
$60.
We're going to see some real contrast in styles tonight, aren't we? I'm already aware of the method of
41.
Kirsty Viinikainen, and Laura Turner is of a similar pace. But then you've got the likes of Lisa Ashton and Robin Byrne in the group, are total opposite, quick-fire throwers. It will just be interesting to see how the matches play out between the two opposite types.
56.
There again, that board management from Laura Turner. Showing experience and showing knowledge of the game.
57.
I suppose if
Warrior
she's
142.
not playing the game, she's watching it in some capacity, either in a role in a job as a pundit and commentator or as a mother and a wife.
100.
Well, that's a good setup. Good couple of visits. Rescuing the last one on the ball and then a ton to leave 42.
45. Warrior 42.
Double 16 for Laura.
10.
Well, she's got time.
Enough time for another guaranteed visit. Viinikainen we have questioned the counting at times, and she's just trying to work out the possibilities, work out the routes.
84.
She does get down to a finish. It is a big ask. Laura will be expecting to get 2 visits to the board here. To get 2 legs on the board and put herself a leg away. Double 4.
24. Kirsty the car 147.
Well, this would be an enormous clearance. It's not going to happen. But she is going to be visible in Turner's rear view mirror.
Warrior car 8. Getting shot on the third leg, Laura
That will be a relief to have crossed the line in that leg. Turner takes a 2-1 lead. Is one away from a win in her opening match.
$60. $100.
Nice pick off again there for Laura. Sort of the issue isn't coming for Laura really in the front 9. She's getting down okay to sort of that range. It's the setup play, isn't it, for Laura at the moment, in the early part of this game, where she's sort of letting Viinikainen get back into it.
$55.
She'll also be very experienced enough to know, though, that this is a bit of a bonus leg. She will have the advantage of throwing the last, should it go the distance, which will give her the advantage in the decider.
$81. $60.
It's pretty steady stuff, isn't it? At the moment, just sort of in and around, straight darts, but not producing the spectacular.
$140.
I suppose that counts as spectacular.
And a nice leave as well for Viinikainen. Is to just stay on that 20 corridor.
30.
It's kind of a similar situation to what we got in the last leg. Player who throws first gets plenty of time at the back end of the leg.
$60. $140.
A little bit of pressure applied. As Viinikainen looks at 20 and tops. Well, she gets tops, so now she needs 20 in the form of double 10. Which she finds.
Game shot on the fourth leg, Kirsty Viinikainen.
Confirmed by referee Paul Hinks.
Fifth and final leg, Laura to throw first.
Who gets a decider underway.
Well, game number 1 backs up that point we said at the very start of the show, where we expect it's going to be a very tightly contested group, and we can see the evidence of that in game number 1 going the distance. All going with holds a throw.
60.
Viinikainen has been a little sharper on her doubles, only missed 2. Laura Turner's missed 9, so she will need,
60.
on that evidence, that buffer that she's had in the legs where she's thrown first. A big score in the first 2 or 3 visits.
60.
And it will have to come in visit 3 because it hasn't come in 1 or 2.
$123.
First big blow landed by Viinikainen. Unless Laura Turner can find a treble in this visit, Viinikainen would have essentially
16.
broken the throw here in the front 9. Because this is a bonus shot now and she's already ahead on the scoreboard.
That might just offer Laura Turner a little glimmer of hope. Not just the one, but
41.
the reaction as well in front of her from Kirsi Viinikainen.
$45.
You feel like that was a bit of a forced effort there by Laura Turner, just trying to wrestle back the advantage of the throw. One thing she had done with those front 9, even though she didn't find a treble, was keep them straight, which will just give her an opportunity.
85.
Now she needs to find. Now the chips are down.
$100.
Oh, well, and truly in the balance. Who can hit big? Who can make their move?
$95.
Viinikainen first down to a finish and a potential 2-darter.
$100.
Same situation for
Kirsi
Laura, but a
97.
significantly easier 2-dart possibility.
Treble 19 will be the target. Could go for the double now, but looks like it's treble 18. Which she finds? She backed herself for a dart at double 12.
73.
Well, she's missed a dart for the match. Laura Turner should get one herself.
Big 16 gives her a match start at tops.
Getting shot in the match.
And
Laura
in
Turner.
it goes. Laura Turner gets the start that she desired. A hard-fought victory over Viinikainen. And it's a triumph for Turner on her return to Women's Week at the Modus Super Series. There you see a 3-2 success, despite having the lower average in the game, largely down to missed starts at double. But when she really needed a clinical check-out, she got it. The 76 won the match, and Laura Turner picks up the points. Coming next, Lorraine Winstanley faces Lisa Ashton. Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 AM on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 PM and 10 PM Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 PM on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity influencer events,
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
weeks starring Luke Littler,
Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes. The 1-2-1 turns the game in his favour.
record-breaking averages,
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's destructive. It's Daryl Pilgrim with a record average.
and insane 9-dart legs.
Max.
Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when it told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen, just when? When is it going to happen? Been so long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series live here on Pluto TV, where we have the Women's Week, the second Women's Week that's been held, and the player that finished second in Group A is now bidding to progress through Group B. Lisa Ashton, the four-time world champion, back on the hockey here on Thursday night. She's taking on Lorraine Winstanley, who also returns, having played in this group last time around from Buxton. She herself has been runner-up in the World Championship, a World Master in her own right. But it's going to be a tough task in her opening encounter of the evening. And Lancashire Rose, twice a finalist at the Super Series. Now hoping to get glory this week. Well, you're expecting her to get through without any trouble. I suppose that the motivation for the other players is a win against Lisa Ashton is a real bonus, isn't it? In this group where there are only 4 matches each night. If you win that one, you've really got one up on your rivals.
Yeah, I can't see Lisa losing too many games in this group tonight. She's been very, very good throughout the week. Very, very good throughout her career.
85.
But Lorraine Winstanley certainly has the game when we look at what she's achieved over the years. Picking up a World Masters title in 2017. And most recently in 2022, picking up one of those PDC Women's Series titles. And that's during a period of time where there's not many people other than Lisa Ashton, Fallon Sherrick, Bo Greaves, Suzuki. And then you're really starting to struggle to name any more different faces who have been in the winner's enclosure on that tour. But Lorraine has.
Yeah, and she's always been there or thereabouts in many of the tournaments she's played in. Mentioned runner-up at the World Championship, also runner-up in a World Trophy. She's also lost a couple of World Championship semi-finals as well, including to Bo Greaves just a couple of years ago.
97.
And currently in position as well to take to the Winter Gardens stage in July for the Women's World Match Play. Lorraine Winstanley currently position number 7. As things stand, with the seeding in place, that would mean she would play Noah Lynn van Leuven.
121. Lisa
Plenty of events to go before the cut-off for the Winter Gardens.
$60. Lorraine Yukon 95.
Well, options on this could be treble 19, could be the bull. Having hit the single 20, the bullseye would complete the combination.
70.
Oh, and it
Lisa
hit that
Yukon
dart,
36.
didn't it?
Hit it hard, didn't it? The flight on the way in. Very visible, the wobble on the dart that was already in place, but a wobble on the doubles there for Lisa Ashton.
25.
Chance to break. May have gone here.
Double four.
17.
Not
Lisa
to be.
36.
And you would assume you'd have to take those types of chances against this particular player. But not on this occasion. It's the same story again.
Lorraine car 8. Game show on the first leg, Lorraine Winstanley. Second leg, Lisa to throw first. Game on.
So Winstanley does hold on to a throw.
60.
Slightly more subdued reaction, though, wasn't it, than that of her namesake and partner Dean, who, when he took out that 9-darter at the World Championship, still possibly one of my favourite ever celebrations.
100.
For which bit we saw of it, that is.
Yeah, ran off the stage, didn't he, immediately? He'd not even won 60 grand like they all did this year.
99.
That actually gives me an idea. That would be an amazing celebration, wouldn't it? If you ran off the stage and then stood in the crowd so you could try and
100.
get the fans 60 grand as well. For those who weren't watching the World Championship, the sponsors were giving £60,000 to the player who hit the 9 darts, at £60,000 to a random member of the audience, and also, most importantly, £60,000 to charity.
Shows how we think differently, doesn't it? Because when you started that sentence, I thought you was thinking Anton Deck. You know when they have the
76.
big hand and the finger going over the top and it's like, it could be you. I thought you was going to say you run off the stage and select the person. You was trying to get the 60
Be the
grand.
person, be the person.
100. $100.
Haven't had a Women's Week 9-dart finish yet, though we have had a woman land a 9-dart. The first televised one happened here at the Modus Super Series when Fallon Sherrock produced perfection.
$49. Lisa Carr 143. $39. Lorraine Carr 76.
Well, all the talk and all the praise was on Lisa Ashton before a dart was thrown in this group, but Lorraine Winstanley causing her big problems in her opening game.
68. Lisa Carr
2 break darts there
104.
for Lorraine Winstanley, and Lisa Ashton got lots of work still to do here. Too much work to do on this occasion.
64. Lorraine Carr 8.
So, to double her advantage,
Getting shot on the second leg,
on
Lorraine
the
Winstanley.
odds-on favourite to win this group. But it's Winstanley. who
Third
has
leg,
2
Lorraine
legs
through first. Game on.
in her column. And Ashton not yet firing in the same way she was in those morning matches in Group 8.
60.
Bit of a flyer there, wasn't it,
85.
from Lisa Ashton, and instantly starts blowing on the hand again. Something that she struggled with the other day when, you know, we thought maybe it was the cold, but when you do have a bit of an issue like Lisa's had over the
22.
years, you can sometimes struggle to get the feeling into the hand as well.
Now, I've got to get this one early because
100.
I am reliably informed that Lisa Ashton's granddaughter, Amelia, is watching tonight, despite Mum Lindsay saying it's a school night and you can't watch.
133.
She refused to miss Nana playing the darts. Well, Nana said you can watch the first match, but then you better go to bed.
140.
And they might be cheering in the Ashton household in a moment because she's
100.
making a comeback bid here. This is against the throw.
80.
But that's a very, very well timed hit there from Lorraine Winstanley. Forces the issue here for Lisa Ashton.
56.
Unable to complete the job, and Lorraine can get the job done here with a whitewash.
Double 18 will complete the 3-0 win, and it would be a shock start in this group.
Lisa Car 40.
Couldn't take the opportunity.
Getting shot on the third leg.
Lisa Ashton could. Is that going to be a key moment? A couple of darts missed for a 3-0 win.
Lisa to throw first.
Now she may not win at all.
Game on. Well,
Lisa's been offered a bit of encouragement here, and she is taking it.
$41.
First maximum of the evening. Did have quite a lot of maximums in our Group A.
60.
We had a quite handful as well in Group C. Lisa Ashton playing a part. 4 maximums across a Group A campaign.
64. $100. $134. Lisa Car 161. $99.
A really good leg of darts this. 62 after just a dozen.
$123. Lisa Car 62. $30. Lorraine Car 139.
Still a chance Winstanley could get it done here. Big ask. And it's not going to happen.
$97. Lisa Car 32.
To take us the distance. Again, a bit of a flyer dart there from Lisa Ashton. Going to open up the bed here, right the way over to the right-hand side of the
No
hockey.
score. Lorraine Car
Unable to make the
42.
adjustment.
A real focus etched on the face of Lorraine Winstanley as well. Not just when she's at the hockey, but when she was waiting behind, ready, making sure she's
10.
ready.
Lisa Car
But it's more match
32.
darts missed.
Getting shot on the fourth
And
leg.
it does
Lisa
go
Ashton.
the distance, just like the opening match. Game 2 will be decided in the
Final
fifth
Lorraine
leg.
to throw first. Game on.
All smiles before the game faces on again. But again, Lisa Ashton really struggling getting the heat in the hands.
$100.
Really good response there as well from Lorraine Winstanley, who could have been forgiven if she was thinking about what could have been. 2 match
26.
starts to win 3-0, 2 match starts to win 3-1. But showing really good experience and composure here. Get straight back on the horse.
60.
Always amazed when I watch Lorraine Winstanley.
100.
Very little follow through in the throw.
Which will be part of why she has to throw with this style of equipment as well.
81.
The equipment sort of aiding the technical error, shall we say.
60. 100.
Kept it nice and straight to leave herself 160 after 12. Lisa Ashton back in the 300s still.
60. That ain't your car,
Not bring it down too quickly either. She's had 4 match starts already. Lorraine Winstanley, you'd expect she's going to get more from here.
40. $42.
So 120 for the match, but doesn't have to convert it in this visit. We'll be back at least one more time.
$100.
And she'll be back with 3 clear darts at a double.
$101. But in your car, 20.
So to finally get the job done, missed darts to win it 3-0. Missed darts to win it 3-1.
Getting shot on the match.
But she does win it 3-2, and Lorraine Winstanley gets a sizable scalp at the start of the night, seeing off Lisa Ashton, the odds-on favourite to win Group B. But she's beaten in the opener, and Winstanley was decent value for the win as well, an average of 75, slightly higher than that of Lisa. Both players missed quite a few darts at double as well, which brought those averages down. But Winstanley kept getting chances, and eventually she took that chance. She picks up points, joining Laura Turner in winning her opening game, and she returns to take on Robin Byrne after the break. Here we go then, game 3 of 10 tonight here at the Modus Super Series Women's Week. And it's going to be a return for Laura Turner, who won her opening match 3-2 against Kirsty Viinikainen. And she takes on Robin Byrne, making her debut here at the Super Series from Dublin. 27 years of age and has been a winner on the PDC Women's Tour. Laura Turner, a finalist on a couple of occasions, in fact twice. In the same day she made finals a couple of years ago. And at the start of tonight's show, you may have heard Laura saying that she really wished to remedy what went wrong last time. That was a slow start. Well, she's done it. That victory, she's got points on the board already. Doesn't play Lisa Ashton till her final game tonight. Ashton, though, went down 3-2 to Lorraine
First
Winstanley.
leg, Robin to throw first. Game on.
But I think that Robin Byrne's a runner. Not just to win this group, potentially to win
44.
this week.
Big call. So they're going to make the top 3 in this group to have a chance of getting through to Saturday night, which
100.
The odds compilers, when we looked at those at the start of the night, give Laura Turner pretty much no chance in their assessment, and she's already started proving them wrong with her opening victory and the way in which she's playing here. Front 9 was the real key strength for her, really picking out at least one red with each throw.
The Women's Week,
60.
the sequel, may have a different cast list, but it's got a similar feel, hasn't it? You had Bo Greaves and Fallon Sherrick as the 2 favourites. This week we've got Lisa Ashton and Gemma Hayter playing those roles. But it was Ren O'Sullivan who went on to win it. And who's to say that we won't get a similar story here? Somebody else emerges.
60.
I think we do. I think we're going to get a surprise winner if we're purely looking at what the odds compilers thought at the start of the week.
90.
Well, you will be able to find out by tuning in. 7:30 p.m. UK time, Saturday night, finals
60.
night gets underway.
Live
On Pluto TV. If you're in and around the Portsmouth area, you can come along.
39.
Tickets are available via dartshop.tv. In fact, at the start of the next leg, we'll give you a QR code that you can scan, and it'll take you to that page.
60. Robin O'Carr, 58. $38. Lottie O'Carr, 161.
Byrne will return for that double 10.
87. Robin O'Carr, 20. Getting shown the first leg.
Makes
Robin
no
Byrne.
mistake on this occasion.
Second leg loaded to throw first. Game on.
And as promised, give that a scan. Part with a £5 and book your seat in this arena to watch the Women's Week finale on
30.
Saturday, or indeed book tickets to any of the Saturday finals nights here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And I always say
59.
if you're in or around the area, but there are plenty of people that have travelled from far and wide to come and watch the action.
$60.
There's even one fella who comes along wearing a prime-time Matthew Edgar shirt on a Saturday night.
And I think it's lots of different people, you see, because it's
100.
obviously such a very popular, well-selling shirt.
Yeah, you could sign it for him, Matt.
22.
Yep. Matthew Edgar shirts available at all good car boot sales.
That reminds me of the story of
85.
there's a group of German fans who all dress up as Simon Whitlock when they go and watch the darts. And they usually pick like one European Tour event a year to do it, and the one that they went to,
85.
he didn't qualify for.
Did they still go dressed like Simon Whitlock?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
27.
One of them could have been him, who knows? He wasn't on the stage. To be fair to Simon, I think next time they were around, he did spend a bit of time with them.
85.
To be fair, I've seen the photos of Simon Whitlock on holiday. Even he goes as Simon Whitlock, doesn't he? Full dance attire.
121.
Trying his hand at Q School at the moment, having lost his tour card at the end
85.
of the season.
Robin Car 109.
If he doesn't get it, who knows? Or the wizard
57.
maybe waving his wands in 2025. And we could see a bit of magic here, another in there. Not to be, would have left double 16 instead. Byrne will get a look at 52.
74. Robin Car 52.
Tops. Looks like a decent enough guide,
32.
but the adjustment
60.
is too much.
Robin Car 20.
That was the target that got Laura Turner over in the line in her opening game. It wasn't quite as kind on this occasion.
10.
She will get another go.
40.
Robin Byrne missed opportunities here to break the throw, to make life a little bit easier for herself.
On the second leg, Laura Turner.
And Laura levels.
Third leg, Robin to throw first. Game on. One of them, 40. $100. $60. $100. $60.
Just sensing a little bit more confidence in the demeanour of Laura Turner. Just throwing with purpose at the moment.
It's amazing what having a win on the board can do.
59.
Certainly in this sort of environment where you are not just playing the game in front of you, but you're playing the league table as well. Players are aware of their positions, who's ahead, who's behind, how many points you need. Certainly Laura, who's sat up here commentating on the Super Series for the last sort of 12 to 18 months. She'll know all the different possibilities and permutations.
135. Model car 45.
Just gives her a tap on the shoulder. But this is for a breaker throw. And it's 2 darts at double 16.
Game shot on the third leg, Laura Turner.
That could be huge. Laura Turner's got designs on playing on that stage on Saturday night. 4 points from her first 2 matches.
Game on.
That's probably already enough to mean that she'll be in the mix come the end of tomorrow evening.
So it means the last runs are a bit of a freebie. And I was just watching Robin Byrne at the back of the stage as Laura was throwing those darts at the double. She started walking to the hockey. Heard Paul Hinks call the game shot and had to step back, and it was an almighty
one of them 40.
length of time that she just stood at the back of the stage pondering. Looks to be one of the sort of players that really sort of lives and breathes every dart, really plays with emotion.
121.
Isn't always the most profitable thing when you're playing with someone who's playing with a bit of quality right now, like Laura Turner is.
And a good performance there. She's
firing in those
95.
three-figure visits. It's the first start, seems to be finding the treble 20 time after time.
85. 96.
Good leg from both this. Robin down to a finish after 9.
60. Robin O'Carr 170. 96. Robin O'Carr 175.
Turner may start on the ball here. And hits it. 85 remaining.
83. Robin O'Carr 74.
You feel this may need to go.
$54.
There was a big
Robin O'Carr,
almighty
52.
smile on Laura Turner's face when she pinged tops to win the first game. A change of target.
Getting shot on the match, Laura Turner.
But it's back-to-back wins for Laura Turner, who was efficient with her finishing in that game. And after a slow start last time, it is a speedy start on a return to Women's Week. A beaming smile on the face of Laura as she left the stage. A 3-1 win over Robin Byrne to back up the 3-2 win she had against Kirsty Viinikainen earlier this evening. And Turner tops the table on 4 points, 2 clear of Lorraine Winstanley, who is back in action next against Viinikainen. Stay tuned. Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 AM on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 PM and 10 PM Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 PM on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity influencer events.
This has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Go!
Jaden Walker, take a bow!
And Jaden Walker!
Week starring Luke Littler.
Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes, the 1-2-1. Turns the game in his favour.
Record-breaking averages.
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's
Game
destructive.
shot on the
It's
match.
Daryl Pilgrim with a
Daryl
record
Pilgrim.
average.
And insane 9 dart legs.
Max. Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when it told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen. Just when? When is it going to happen? Been so long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now. Welcome back to the live lounge in Portsmouth, UK, where Women's Week is in full swing, and there's a bit of a turn-up in Group B as Laura Turner is topping the table after a couple of matches. She's won them both. The rank outsider to win this group. Well, that will have changed now. Laura Turner beating Robin Byrne before the break, and earlier tonight, Kirsty Viinikainen, she got the better of the Finn in her last leg decider. Lorraine Winstanley, the only other player in the field to have picked up a victory when she surprised her opponent Lisa Ashton, the favourite to win the group, the odds-on favourite in fact to win the group, but beaten by Winstanley in their opening match. And a victory here for Lorraine Winstanley would put her and Laura Turner in a very, very strong position already, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think the odds are being very well reflected, are they, in this group? It's all been blown wide out of the water, but that's kind of been a bit of the theme of the week, other than that of Gemma Hayter at the top of the table in Group A.
First leg, Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
Expect this one to be played at a slightly slower pace, a little bit more methodical, the players here.
30.
Lorraine, one of those that sort of speed up as the throw goes, isn't she? It's a little bit more deliberate,
41.
a little bit more time taken over dart number one as she addresses the oche. Make sure she's in a position set, comfortable and ready to throw. And once the first dart goes, the next two tend to follow it a little bit
100.
quicker.
She had a decent enough campaign in
100.
Group A, winning 7 of her 15 matches to take third place at the expense of Trina Gulliver.
$140.
Finished on exactly 0, the legs difference. Shows that she was competitive throughout those games.
100.
And a close encounter in her opener tonight in that 3-2 defeat to Turner.
$64. $60. Kesuka 167.
Treble 19. Would have gave her decisions to make there. Would she have gone for the bull to try and give us the biggest finish of the week? Currently held by Trina Gulliver, the 156 that she hit on Monday.
99.
Would she have just laid up?
$68. Kesuka 68.
So treble 20, the first port of call. Now 16 for double 16.
52. Well, then your
Doesn't
car
happen, so a chance of some
132.
fireworks here. That was an eye roll if I've ever seen one.
16.
Inviting.
Getting shown the first leg, courtesy of Viinikainen.
Uses the marker well.
Second leg, Lorraine to through first. Game on.
Mentioned that World Championship run of Lorraine Winstanley coming back in 2019. Getting to the final on that occasion, losing out 3-0 to Mikuru Suzuki, a player we have seen here on a couple of occasions at the Super Series. I'm sure someone we'd love to have involved in a future Women's Week, and that just goes to show as well what Gemma Hayter was saying in her interview up in the studio a few days ago when she said you could literally change the lineup completely and you've still got quality now within the ladies' game, and case in point there in the possibility of Suzuki.
41.
And there are 3 Women's Weeks in 2025, so opportunities will be afforded to a
81.
lot more of the female throwers. Whether Bogreaves and Fallon Sherrick are in that, it remains to be seen, because of course
95.
not here this week because they're at Q School attempting to get PDC Tour cards.
Fallon Sherrick did actually get a point registered on the board today as well, didn't she? Reaching the last 32 stage.
41.
Losing out to Adam Lipscomb, a player who was on that stage when that famous 9-darter was hit by Fallon.
Won a week just before Christmas as well. He won
95.
his ADC Global Championship week.
Also won the first ever Influencers Pairs event, Adam Lipscomb. Sure there'll be a few more of those, won't there, throughout 2025?
Yeah. Do watch this space.
$41.
And don't forget, when the live action stops, the darts keep flying here on the Modus Super Series Darts channel on Pluto TV.
59.
Plenty of other
Well, in your car,
brilliant Arrows
167.
content. Including interviews, features,
45.
replays of previous events. In fact, following tonight's action, we're going to be reliving, or continue reliving, the first Women's Week of this very session. The first night of Group B will be played in full at the end of tonight's live.
140. Well, in your car, 122.
The ball.
97.
Mighty fine
Goes for
effort
the car,
there from
70.
Lorraine Winstanley, just grazing the outer wire. But Viinikainen now an opportunity to break the throw. 20 corridor, single for double.
Game shot on the second leg. Courtesy of Viinikainen. Third leg, courtesy to throw first. Game on.
Oh, she fancied grouping the darts there. 2-leg lead for Kirsi Viinikainen. Lorraine Winstanley is in the opposite position to the one she found herself in the opening match.
24.
Goes back to that conversation we've been having for many a weeks now, isn't it? Do you prefer being a favourite? Do you prefer being the underdog? Should have gone into that game against Lisa Ashton, knowing Lisa Ashton the 8-13 favourite to win the group. She's going in as the underdog in this game. She's going in quite possibly as the favourite. Certainly after that 3-2 victory against Lisa Ashton in the second game of the evening.
100. 41. $45. $60.
Unable to capitalise on the couple of errors here from Viinikainen. I suppose there's only so long that someone's going to make those mistakes, and now starting to make a move.
$83.
Let's see a real switch up after this one when Ashton takes on Byrne. Neither player with a win in their opening games, but it'll be a complete contrast in the speed that we've seen in this one.
59. $83.
Rain first to a finish, but Viinikainen's going to hope to leave this handy.
$30. Well, your car.
Hope is all it is. A wayward visit there for Viinikainen. This could be the Rain's invitation back into the game.
$94. Cursive car 148.
Viinikainen could win it here if she manages to produce a spectacular outshot. That's no longer possible. Winstanley will take a look at tops,
140.
but under an enormous amount of pressure
40.
with Viinikainen at match point. And maybe
20.
the knowledge of that
Cursive 8.
was a factor in those misses. Double two for the victory.
Getting shot on the match, Cursive
And that is the win for Kirsi Viinikainen, a 3-0 success as she bounces back from earlier defeat and inflicts the first loss of the night on Lorraine Winstanley, who got that brilliant win against Lisa Ashton, but then goes down to Viinikainen in this topsy-turvy group. A 3-0 success, Winstanley missing key darts at key times, and Viinikainen capitalising to pick up the whitewash win. Coming next, it's going to be fast and furious when Lisa Ashton takes on Robin Byrne.
Oh, baby!
You thought it was in that you could have given it to me?
I did with Taylor.
Where's Russ when you need him?
Gibraltar revisited. Right, come here, Russ. Let's put a bit of daylight between us. Bigger daylight.
I bet you want me to get this, Paul. I bet you really want me to get this.
Matthew Edgar has gone for the bullseye on 92. Please tell me, why have you gone this way?
Bit of safety.
Is that the correct way to go? His next dart would be 17 or treble 17. If he hits the single 17, he's saying he guarantees himself a dart at the ball. It's not quite guaranteed, but the percentage of chances of him getting a dart at the ball is quite high. Now, the alternative is going for the treble. So Matt's on 92. Raymond van Barneveld, I believe, was one of the first players to go the treble 20. His basically reasoning was, as a professional dart player, he backs himself with 2 darts being that good to hit a treble. If they don't hit it and they hit a single 20, this is where the next bit of dilemma comes in. Back in the day, they would have probably gone on for the treble again, okay? Nowadays, we don't really see that very often. The next shot with 72 left, 8, maybe 9 times out of 10 is 2 double 18s. I mean, look at the size of the double segment. This is another fact that it's big. The bullseye's tiny. That's the thing, isn't it? I think to myself, I would personally, if you're a good dart player, I think go the single 2 doubles. And then next thing you know, someone's gone the 25 route and I find myself calling game shot. Which route would you do on the 91s, the 92s, the 93s, the 94s? Should you go for it? Or should you lay up? Your opponent's on 212 points. This is a World Championship semi-final. The fans out there, they're all against you. You need something to get them on your side, perhaps. What would you do? Genuinely, what would you do in this situation?
I'd be going for it. Got to go for the bullseye.
And what's your reason behind that? Why would you do that?
Just got to believe in yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a G up. If you hit it, it's going to look incredible. And if you don't, then you've got time to sort it out.
Me, as somebody who likes me mathematics, I would probably say do the sensible thing, lay up. This is a World Championship semi-final. Jared, he wants to get the crowd behind him. So there's 2 options. You might be on 170 thinking about whether to go for it. Your opponent is also on 170 and you're thinking to yourself, he's a great dart player, he's in the World Championship semi-final. Is he really going to take out 170 under this pressure in this occasion? Probably not. So you decide to lay up. Now, we've seen examples of that in the past. I think Mensur Sulovic famously took out 161, I believe it was, against Van Gerwen when he chose to lay up. This happens quite a lot. Most of the time, your opponent is not taking out that 170 when they come back. So laying up probably is the best thing to do, but sometimes it backfires and then, well, fair play. Darts maths!
So game 5 of tonight's 10 matches about to get underway at the second Women's Week to be held here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, the home of the Pluto TV Modus Super Series. And it's Robin Byrne against Lisa Ashton. Just taking some instructions from the referee Paul Hinks before this game gets underway. And he'll have to be on his toes in this one because they do like to get on with it, this pair. Both have had success on PDC Women's Tour. Lisa's had more success than most in this sport, but can she enjoy some here?
Looks like Lisa to throw first. Game on.
Wasn't really at it in her opening match that resulted in a loss to Lorraine Winstanley. And there were a few darts like that where they just seemed to fly away from what she was aiming at.
$29.
This game might suit her a little bit more, though.
Yeah, you'll be able to get in a bit more rhythm, a bit more freedom. Quick players like playing quick players. Normally it brings out the very best in them. But I've been doing some assessments on Robin Byrne, and I've made quite a few interesting observations.
28.
First one is the aggression here in the throw. Very, very
85.
arched wrist at the deep set position, and then right through to the fingers coming through to the floor. Very good, powerful throw.
45.
But the really interesting thing you just see there on that shot at the bottom there, the shoes have a very, very thick sole on them. Now,
100.
if you're going to play with these as your match start shoes, which is great because there'll be a lot of comfort in there. Certainly when you're playing in sports halls or arenas on hard floors, you want a bit of comfort, but she's going to have to make sure she practices in those shoes as well, because that is a sizable difference.
$59. $55. Robin Ducat, 88.
Oh, can she put her first foot forward here and take the opening leg? 18. Would have left the ball. That leaves double 7.
Getting shown the first
Which
leg,
is
Robin
converted for a break. And Lisa Ashton, odds-on favourite here to win this group,
Second leg,
could
Robin
find
through
herself
first.
in a whole
Game
heap
on.
of trouble halfway through the evening.
Strength and depth on display of the ladies' game here.
What have done it?
You said when Robin Byrne first took to the stage that she could be the one who
140.
goes on to win the week. Well, it's because of darts like that. You believe so, and she had a big, big smile on her face coming back
44.
from the board. The head was down, but you could see the beaming ear-to-ear grin after the maximum visit. So she's enjoying herself
59.
up there, and that is where you start to find your best darts.
Yeah, just showed some frustration at not being able to follow it with the next visit there, Robin Byrne.
59.
But she'll be really happy with how she's performed so far. A nice 88 out, followed by
37.
a 180 on course to get a 2-leg lead over Lisa Ashton.
Was a good campaign, wasn't it, for Robin Byrne on the Women's Series last year, finishing 8th on the overall order of merit,
36.
£6,600 she managed to pick up from the overall tour. £1,000 ahead of
95.
Lorraine Winstanley in 9th position, who we're seeing this evening. And in 10th position, the holder of this crown, the Women's Week here at the Super Series, Rhian O'Sullivan.
Yeah, and third highest of the players that are actually in action this week. Lisa Ashton may be springing into action here, not going to take out the big fish.
81. Robin
I think
O'Connor,
just Lisa
87.
and Gemma ahead of Robin out of the players that are playing here this week. Already taken out 88. May add 87.
77.
Well, Lisa could
89.
find an 89 of her own. Single 20 would have given her a shot at the bullseye.
39. Robin O'Connor, 10. Game shot on the second leg,
Well,
Robin
things
Byrne.
are getting very interesting tonight. 2-0 now to Robin Byrne against
leg,
Lisa
Lisa
Ashton. Who
first.
would have
Game on.
predicted that a quarter of the way through this group, the odds-on favourite Lisa Ashton would be bottom of the table without any points?
Well, she has just brought something back
68.
into play. She pulled it out of the top pocket there while Robin Byrne was going to the hockey and transferred it onto the table. Something we saw in her Group
85.
A campaign. She kept using a hand warmer, and it has come out. It'll be
13.
interesting to see how often now she goes to the accessories.
There was a player who used to wear gloves, wasn't there?
60.
Fingerless gloves. That's not the kind of hand warmer that Lisa Ashton's using, but it's done the trick.
You tend to find the issue is when you
100.
start using accessories, and if you get an instant result, you almost feel reliant to then use it, even if it just becomes superstitious.
140. $100. Lisa O'Connor, 100. $37. Robin O'Connor, 156.
156 then.
$40.
Can't really take
Lisa
too much
O'Connor,
out of
63.
it. Ashton to halve the deficit. 59 left. And tops.
23. Robin O'Connor, 116.
To inflict some more pain on Lisa Ashton.
76. Lisa O'Connor, 40. No score. Robin O'Connor, 40.
Wow. Well, she's had chances here to stay in it.
Game
But
shot
Robin Byrne has completed a quite remarkable result, a 3-0 success over the four-time world champion Lisa Ashton, who is not having a good night so far. Nobody really saw this coming. It marks actually a third straight defeat for Lisa Ashton this week. Of course, she lost the final match of Group A as well to Trina Gulliver. She's followed that with losses on the opening night of Group B against Lorraine Winstanley and now Robin Byrne. And Winstanley will be looking for a second win of the evening against the table-topping Laura Turner. That's coming up after the break. Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 AM on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 PM and 10 PM Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 PM on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity influencer events.
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Go! Jaden Walker taking Britain! And Jaden Walker!
Week starring Luke Littler.
Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes, the 1-2-1. Turns the game in his favour.
Record-breaking averages.
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's
Game
destructive.
shot and the
It's
match.
Daryl Pilgrim with the
Daryl
record
Pilgrim.
average.
And insane 9 dart legs.
Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when they told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen, just when? When is it going to happen? Didn't take long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now. Well, here's what's happened so far on the opening night of Group B on Women's Week 2. Laura Turner has won both of her games. The outsider with the odds compilers, but ripping up that book because she beat Viinikainen 3-2 and Robin Byrne 3-1. But even more remarkable than that, perhaps, Lisa Ashton losing both her first two games, 3-2 to Lorraine Winstanley and 3-0 before the break to Robin Byrne. Viinikainen also getting a win 3-0 against Winstanley. So she's second in the table behind the unbeaten Turner. Robin Byrne and Lorraine Winstanley also have 2 points. Lisa Ashton on 0. Matthew Edgar is alongside me. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No, certainly not myself. I thought Lisa Ashton was looking pretty safe in this group, and right now she's looking in a spot of bother. One thing we can say, though, with the Group B campaign is you're never really out of it on day one, and Lisa Ashton will know that, and she knows if she can just pick one result up today, she's still in a decent position going into tomorrow, certainly in a group like this, where they're all sort of so evenly matched, and they're going to beat each other throughout the campaign, but not a good start at all for Lisa Ashton.
Yeah, Ashton did have opportunities. She's had chances in her matches tonight, but just hasn't taken them in the same fashion she was in Group A. And Robin Byrne here just sort of compounding that misery. Is there any concern for Lisa Ashton with the way she's playing?
That's where the concern's going to come, because if you're playing well and you're just getting beat by the better player, then you can kind of accept that a little bit more. But if you think you're giving results away, if you think you're losing rather than getting beat, that's where the problems lie. And there are a few concerning sides. There's a lot of flyer darts in there tonight for Lisa, certainly high and left, which just tells you that release is not on point. And she's almost pushing at the point of release, so the dart isn't getting time to go through its full motion. It's hitting the board early. So there are concerns in there. She's got time now to go put it right. She's probably got the longest gap now she's got of the evening, and it'll be interesting to see how she recovers going into Game 3.
Well, flying high at the top of the table is Laura Turner. She was the outsider. She said at the start of the night that she really, really wanted a good start, and she's got one.
Well, we'll get to see what that means now for Laura Turner, and it does matter, it does count. You start well and it's easier to go well, certainly when you're looking in a group campaign, because you don't just play the game that's in front of you or the fixture list. The reflection of the table impacts how you feel going into those games or what that game represents. Right now, Laura Turner's almost going to be free rolling now, because if she would have been offered 4 points when you was in that interview at the start of the show, she'd have gone, do you know what, I'll take that. I'll go home, I'll come back and play tomorrow. So she's got 2 opportunities to improve that situation, potentially get to 6 or 8. If she gets to 8, I think she's in.
Yeah, and she's the only player that's unbeaten in this group at this stage. Kirsty Viinikainen, we've just seen throughout the week that she can just find that key result when she needs it, and she bounced back from that defeat to Laura Turner very, very well indeed.
Yeah, and against Lorraine Winstanley there, who would have probably been full of confidence as well after she just beat Lisa Ashton. So good timing of the result, big result, because I think Lorraine Winstanley is certainly going to play a part in this group, and certainly from what she's shown so far.
Laura Turner and Lorraine Winstanley are about to play each other next. They're good friends, arrived at the venue together. Do you think that Laura Turner can keep this run going? And do you think this is the kind of game that's going to be a help or a hindrance?
Well, Gemma Hayter had the same problem, didn't she, on Group A campaign, and when it came to it on Wednesday, she played a good friend Steph Clark, and she produced the best performance of the week, averaging over 90 in that game. I think maybe we could see the same here. There's a lot made of playing a friend, and I think sometimes people try and almost do it in a sense of to try and do it in a way of comforting the person they've just beaten. But I think there's a lot of comfort when you play that, and I think we could see Laura Turner maybe step it up a gear now.
Well, from good friends to old foes, rivalries will be renewed here at the Live Lounge next week as the legends take to the stage.
Devon Peterson is a global superstar.
What a finish. What a start to the match for Trina Gulliver.
And finds it. There you go.
What's going on here? It's all. 180! And he knows it. So this is the lineup for the Legends League getting underway next week here at the Live Lounge. Devon Peterson, the ADC Global Champion. Richie Howson, Champion of Champions in the World Seniors. Then a World Champion in Steve Beaton. Robert Thornton, multiple major winner. Neil Duff and Richie Burnett have all had lakeside wins. Daryl Fitton, Chris Mason returning. Vincent van der Voort on debut. And Trina Gulliver in action for the second successive week with Wes Newton, former Premier League star and 3-time champion of the world, Martin Adams in Group C. All gets underway on Monday from 9:30 with the finals night next Saturday. when we will have a very special guest, the biggest legend of them all, here with us as part of our punditry team. Phil the Power Taylor, 16-time champion of the world, will be here. And that will be the first Super Series show that is going to be exclusive on Pluto TV in territories where the platform is available. If you are still watching on the YouTube channel, make sure you get that app downloaded onto your smart TV or your favourite smart device. Search for the Modus Super Series Darts channel and enjoy watching absolutely free, uninterrupted coverage of the Modus Super Series, all the live action and plenty of brilliant darts content as well. A Darts Fan's Dream 24/7 channel brought to you by Pluto TV. Well, here it's about remaining unbeaten for Laura Turner, as we were just discussing. She would not have dreamed she would have been in this position coming into this match with a good friend, Lorraine Winstanley. Winstanley herself pulled off what seemed like a shock earlier on when she beat Lisa Ashton 3-2. Ashton's gone on to be beaten 3-0 by Robin Byrne, who Turner put away in her previous match. Can she make it 3 from 3?
Game on.
She's got the advantage of the throw here as well. And in this short format, we've seen that really be a deciding factor at times.
140.
There's been one thing I've been really impressed with Laura Turner in. It's the way in which she starts legs.
$100.
Just really seen a rising confidence as the evening's gone on. That win just seemed to change everything, and suddenly the throw is purposeful.
60.
The treble 20s are aplenty. And as Matthew just alluded to, she's really laying down a marker with the first visit of each leg.
Keeping an awful lot of the darts straight as well, which
43.
It's probably been one of the criticisms when watching Laura in recent times, that just losing the lie on that 20 right on cue in the 5.
$30.
Don't forget, if you miss any of the action, you can watch the streams
60.
back on the Super Series YouTube channel. The highlights from every session as well. This afternoon was a very interesting group with 2 young talents, including the 16-year-old sensation Paige Pauling. Check that out on the
60.
Super Series YouTube channel. Highlights will be scheduled as part of the programming on Pluto TV as well. There was
81.
one programme I didn't really enjoy earlier tonight. The story of Matthew Edgar came on, didn't it?
Oh, sounds fantastic. I hope I've got that on record.
41.
Well, also, we welcome your thoughts, your opinions. Do get in touch on our social media platforms. Let us know who you'd like us to interview, what type of content you'd like to see. There you see the handles at MSS Darts on Facebook,
36.
X, Instagram. We're also on TikTok.
170.
Oh, funny you mentioned that, Murph. I've just seen a message come through right now. At Dave123 says, could we have Matthew Edgar Part 2? Not a problem.
And well, we had to fill a lot to get the first episode
100.
done.
Lotto car 72.
Is this going to be Laura Turner Part 3? May stay on the 20s. She does, but she was avoiding that treble.
Getting shown the first leg, Laura
She's
Turner.
pulled off a fantastic finish there. Laura Turner continuing this assertive
Second leg,
showing
Lorraine through
so
first.
far tonight.
Game on.
There's also a conversation going on the
100.
social media platforms about Super Series Premier League. Myself and Matthew Edgar are going to reveal our Premier League picks for the Modus Super Series in due course. I think we're going to shoot a video on that but the production staff and the media team have given their picks, and I know plenty of you are getting involved, so do that. 8 players
45
that could play in a Super Series Premier League.
See, I'm not going to give mine away, but I certainly went for a different angle with mine.
No doubt you'll be in it.
85
Even your initials are me.
$26.
Big chance here for Laura Turner.
$45.
Well, it can go one or two ways, can't
62.
it? Playing the early matches in this group, you play 2 of the first 3 games. If you lose them both, you really are in trouble and putting yourself under a lot of pressure. But if you win them both, like Laura Turner has done tonight, the amount of freedom that comes with that, as
45.
Matt said in our little studio chat then, that she's kind of free-rolling. She probably would have taken 2 wins out of 4 at the start of this evening. In fact, most players in Group B say if they can get out of night 1 with 4 points, are in a good position to qualify.
98.
If she gets to 6 points here, in terms of qualification, she's probably starting to think I'm almost there.
Can be a dangerous thought process, though, can't it? We've
41.
seen people
Lorena Carr, 170.
in a Group C campaign win 5 matches on day 1, thinking they're through, or pretty much there, and end up not qualifying.
70.
Well, still has work to do. Winstanley here on a 2-darter. Turner can find a treble and at least get alongside it. She does better than that.
125.
2 of them to
Carr,
put the pressure on.
$60. Lorena Carr, 60. $20. Lorena Carr, 40.
Couple missed for a 2-leg cushion for Laura Turner.
No score. Lorena Carr, 40.
But Lorraine misses her opportunities. Can Turner take this one?
Getting shot on the second leg. Laura Turner.
Not letting too much pass her by tonight, is she, Laura Turner? A breaker
Third
throw.
leg Laura to throw first.
A leg away.
Game on.
From doing it again. Completely. The opposite ends of the table of which the odds compilers thought they would be. Laura Turner at the top, Lisa Ashton at the bottom, and Laura Turner continuing to defy the odds.
And they play each other in their final games tonight.
$100.
If Laura Turner were to win this and win that, then should be one result away from ensuring that Lisa Ashton could not win the group, despite being odds on for it before a dart was thrown.
45. $100. $60. 83. $55.
Just stumbling a little bit here, Laura, while the finishing line is coming into sight.
We do wonder what goes on in the mind sometimes.
40.
Every dart player will tell you the best thing is to try and not let anything come into the mind other than the next visit, the next dart. But it's human nature, isn't it, for it to drift? And at what point does Laura Turner start
100.
thinking, I could be in finals night on Saturday? And then it's just, win this game. 2-1. 2-2. Suddenly you've lost 3-2 and the league table looks very different.
Well, in one throw, it can look very different in a game as well. 26 there for Lorraine Winstanley has opened the door for Laura Turner. She can find a 3-digit score here.
100. Well, in your car, 152.
What a great 76 earlier on tonight. A lovely 72 to kick off this performance. 115 would top the lot. Can't be done now.
43. Well, in your car, 52. Getting shot on the third leg.
And Winstanley gets a break of throw.
Fourth leg, Lorraine to throw first. Game on. $100. $26.
Well, we're watching two things
83.
happen here. Laura Turner's performance is starting to dip and Lorraine Winstanley's starting to take off.
Gemma Hayter, when she sat with us on Wednesday after qualifying, said a couple of things. She said, watch out for Steph Clark in Group C. She won 4 out of 5. And she said that Lorraine Winstanley's found some form, that she's really flying again.
23.
Started with a win over Lisa Ashton tonight. Then was brought back down to earth with a defeat to Kirsty Viinikainen. Are we going to see that form in
60.
a turnaround in this tight?
$79.
What timing?
It was one of those risky ploys, weren't it, where coming away and looking at the bullseye would have been the safer and the bigger target, but Laura Turner fancied the job. She was up to the job.
80. Warrior car,
Getting
135.
her first maximum of the campaign. Now we'll look at the bullseye.
$47. Warrior car, 136. $60. Warrior car, 88.
Situation Laura Turner's been in twice already this night, approaching the hockey to win the match.
10. The renewal car 76.
Laura Turner watching on as Lorraine Winstanley takes aim at tops and
Each on the
nails
four
it.
flag, Lorraine
And this one is
Winstanley.
going the distance. It was a 76 really that sparked
Fifth and final leg, Laura
the
to the
surge
third
from
first.
Laura Turner
Game on.
tonight. It's a 76 that might stop it, but she does have the darts in the decider.
Very little to separate the pair in the averages as well, so you would suggest that the advantage of throw could be quite telling here,
140.
especially when you kick off with two big trebles like that.
Right, almost nothing in the averages. Both have a high checkout in the 70s. Both have 2 out of 6 on the doubles.
100.
The only real difference, I think, is when you look at the scoring. All of Lorraine Winstanley's big visits have been
100
in that 90-plus column. In fact, 8 of them have been tons. Where Laura Turner's managed to find a couple of 2 treble turns and a 180. Is Winstanley going to hit her biggest shot in the biggest leg?
135.
Well, that gets her back into it.
$60.
Laura will just be hoping for a bit of a cushion here, a bit of a shot.
83.
Starting hand there from Lorraine Winstanley, pulls her down. Good scoring here from the pair, both in the front 9, getting down into the finishing regions.
60. $43. Laurie Coward and 41.
Not sure on the decision here.
50.
Well, she went for the
Lorraine
ball.
Car 140.
Didn't really pay off. Oh, wow. Double 10. What a way that would have been to win it. But now Laura Turner, you're going to have to pull out a huge check out of her own, and she's got choices here. Bull or treble 17. Remember, she missed the bull and the 25 in setting this shot up. So she goes away from it. Treble 14. Not found either. Winstanley will return with 3
51.
more match
Lorraine
darts.
Car 20.
For a big turnaround victory.
Laura Turner led 2-0.
No
She
score.
may yet still
Lorraine
win.
Car 40.
Gets the rub of the green. As Winstanley can't locate the red. And if Turner takes tops... Oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Lorraine Car 20.
She's had the chances, she has her opportunities as Laura Turner.
Does she get more? No,
Each on the match,
it's not to be.
Winstanley.
A hat-trick of wins for Laura Turner. Good friend. Lorraine Winstanley is the one that takes away that unbeaten record, and in doing so goes level on 4 points at the top of the table. She did it with a comeback win as well. 3-2 down. Sorry, 3-2 win from 2-0 down. 76 a high checkout despite all those missed darts at double. Both players had the opportunity to win in that deciding leg, but it is Lorraine Winstanley who picks up the points in that one. Kirsty Viinikainen can also move on to 4 points if she gets a win over Lisa Ashton, who is the only player in this group without a victory
to her name. That's coming up after the break.
Oh, baby!
You thought it was in that you could have given it to me?
I did with Taylor.
Where's Ross when you need him?
Gibraltar revisited. Right, come here, let's just put a bit of daylight between us. Bigger daylight.
I bet you want me to get this, Paul. I bet you really want me to get this.
Matthew Edgar has gone for the bullseye on 92. Please tell me, why have you gone this way?
Bit of safety.
Is that the correct way to go? His next dart would be 17 or treble 17. If he hits the single 17, he's saying he guarantees himself a dart at the ball. It's not quite guaranteed, but the percentage of chances of him getting a dart at the ball is quite high. Now, the alternative is going for the treble, so Matt's on 92. Raymond van Barneveld, I believe, was one of the first players to go the treble 20. His basically reasoning was, as a professional dart player, he backs himself with 2 darts being that good to hit a treble. If they don't hit it and they hit a single 20, this is where the next bit of dilemma comes in. Back in the day, they would have probably gone on for the treble again, okay? Nowadays, we don't really see that very often. The next shot with 72 left, 8, maybe 9 times out of 10 is 2 double 18s. I mean, look at the size of the double segment. This is another fact that it's big. The bullseye's tiny. That's the thing, isn't it? I think to myself, I would personally, if you're a good dart player, I think go the single 2 doubles. And then next thing you know, someone's gone the 25 route and I find myself calling game shot. Which route would you do on the 91s, the 92s, the 93s, the 94s? Should you go for it? Or should you lay up? Your opponent's on 212 points. This is a World Championship semi-final. The fans out there, they're all against you. You need something to get them on your side, perhaps. What would you do? Genuinely, what would you do in this situation?
I'd be going for it. Got to go for the bullseye.
And what's your reason behind that? Why would you do that?
Just got to believe in yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a G up. If you hit it, it's going to look incredible. And if you don't, then you've got time to sort it out.
Me, as somebody who likes me mathematics, I would probably say do the sensible thing, lay up. This is a World Championship semi-final. Jared, he wants to get the crowd behind him. So there's 2 options. You might be on 170 thinking about whether to go for it. Your opponent is also on 170 and you're thinking to yourself, he's a great dart player. He's in the World Championship semi-final. Is he really going to take out 170 under this pressure in this occasion? Probably not. So you decide to lay up. Now, we've seen examples of that in the past. I think Mensur Sulovic famously took out 161, I believe it was, against Van Gerwen when he chose to lay up. This happens quite a lot. Most of the time, your opponent is not taking out that 170 when they come back. So laying up probably is the best thing to do, but sometimes it backfires and then, well, fair play. Darts maths!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV, where Lisa Ashton, quite unbelievably, is yet to pick up a win tonight in Group B. Odds-on favourite, having finished second in Group A, having narrowly missed out on qualifying for finals night already. But 2 defeats out of 2 have left Lisa at the bottom of the table. All that could change here, a win, and she's, well, level on points with the player that she's playing, Viinikainen and Robin Byrne, who beat a 3-0 earlier this evening. So no real reason to panic just yet. I'm sure Lisa Ashton will back her own ability.
Game on.
You can see she's keeping that hand warmer from the start of this match. It's been on the table for most of the time. She's just keeping it in the hand at the start of this game. Obviously an issue that she's trying to deal with and manage with a little bit of equipment and accessory.
45.
Will it help her pick up points for the first time tonight?
Well, that's not a good indication, is it? The high flyer to the left was the
85.
worrying dart, and she's found it on dart 1, and even worse this time. It's not because it's overly cold on the south coast this evening.
60.
when it's the early mornings and the time of year it is. We kind of thought it might have been a weather thing, didn't we, the first couple of days, but the longer this is going on, the more you think there may be something a little bit more sinister underlying with Lisa Ashton. We know that she's struggled with the nerve in that arm in the past.
125. $60.
It is one of the weirdest sensations as well. She is literally keeping it. Just using the sleeve which she's wearing on her left arm just to tuck it under there, and she's literally pulling it out between every single shot.
100.
And this is kind of what we were saying before, that accessories are great, but if you notice a result while using them, you become reliant.
60.
Very interesting.
97.
Something I've not really seen before, Lisa using it this week. See it in the non-throwing hand there, just sticking out.
And even that's going to be uncomfortable, having
40.
something extra in your hand
Car 74.
while you're trying to pass the darts from left to right. Just going to make everything feel a little bit more uncomfortable.
Well, it was a real sort of eye roll from Viinikainen after she missed the target. She was going for treble 14, but when she works out what she's got left, I think she'll be quite relieved. It's not that bad a miss, is it?
Yeah, just single to a double.
That double is tops.
34. Lisa Car 150.
She needs something like this, doesn't she, Lisa Ashton? Something to cause the spark.
60. Cursive Car 40.
Got a win against Bo Greaves when she was at the Women's Week last time around, Kirsi Viinikainen.
No score. Lisa Car
Hoping
96.
Defeat Lisa Ashton here. Having lost their 3 fixtures in Group A.
56. Cursive Car 40. Getting shown the first leg, Kirsi Viinikainen.
And she's taken the first step towards it.
Second leg, Lisa to throw first. Game on. $62.
See, the longer this goes on where Lisa Ashton doesn't look or can't find any element of comfortable up there on the hockey,
60.
the more you look at that league table and see the rest of the chasing pack sort of bunching up in the qualification places and the task becoming harder and harder all the time.
60.
For Lisa Ashton, to the point where you start moving away from does she win this group to does she even qualify?
It could get very uncomfortable.
60.
For Lisa Ashton between now and the end of the night.
135.
There would be the possibility that she could be on no points and third place could be on 6. That would be a mountain to climb.
40. $100.
That's a first, isn't it? Seeing someone having to retrieve something other than a dart off the floor.
41. Lisa Car 144. 54.
I have seen some interesting things actually at the hockey. I'll share one with you in the next leg, Murph.
Look forward to that. Stay tuned. Stay up.
100. Lisuka 90. $30. 42. Lisuka 60.
May yet rescue this shot on tops.
20.
And we'll probably be back.
158.
Possibly.
Will be. But she did lose her last game, Lisa Ashton, by 3-0. Had 4 darts on a double on that occasion.
82. Lisuka
Missed
40.
doubles are just starting to add up now for Lisa Ashton. Needs to put it right.
$20. Kusuka 76.
Just nothing going this evening.
Double 14 will double the advantage. I mean, you would have thought she'd have known what she was going for at the start of that shot.
Sort of deja vu, because I'm sure she did this on Tuesday as well.
Game shot on the second leg. Viinikainen.
She gets there in the end. If you're not sure, better to check. But it's a bizarre approach, starting at
Game on.
2-darter on treble 16, and then I'll go for that and then see what I've got left after. But I think we just spoke about it on Tuesday, didn't we? It's almost like you're expecting to miss. You know how to do 76 in 3, but maybe not in 2 going that route. Well, it worked out. And she's backed it up.
50.
Yeah, I was going to have a little story for you, wasn't I, regarding accessories. And it's not so much accessories, it just took my mind back to a Pro Tour story of which a game I was involved in. And I've took the opening leg, and the player I'm playing has stopped the match. And he's having a bit of a word with the referee.
41.
Like, what's the problem? And he goes, oh, do you mind taking your coins out your pocket? I had like £2 something in it. It's like 3 coins. So I got, no problems. I
59.
didn't realise it'd be a problem. So I took the coins out the pocket. Won the next leg. He stopped the game again. What's the problem now? You can hear your keys in your pocket. I'm like, oh, I thought I was going to be stripped naked in a minute if we carry on.
85.
I thought you were leading down a route of
59.
then my mobile phone. And when I turned around, they'd all gone.
It's happened to you as well then, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$100.
This Ashton will be feeling like something like that's happened to her tonight. The ability that she's shown all week is just not evident
44.
this evening.
Kusuka 135.
It has been a good week for Lisa Ashton. Sort of consistent around the 80 average mark. 3 big checkouts over a ton. 5
41.
maximums. Just not here tonight. Nearly 34% on the checkouts all the week.
96.
That will take a
Kusuka
significant hit
94.
for what she's produced in Thursday's play.
Well, everybody has a bad day at the office, even a 4-time world champ.
70.
Another successful setup utilising that treble 16.
$32. Cursor car 24.
Back-to-back 3-0 defeats for Lisa Ashton.
Getting shot on the match.
And that is
Viinikainen.
exactly what has happened. Not only back-to-back 3-0 defeats, but 3 straight defeats for Lisa Ashton this evening, meaning she sits at the foot of the table without a point to her name. And Viinikainen has actually now climbed to the summit because she has enjoyed back-to-back 3-0 wins. One over Lorraine Winstanley, another now against Lisa Ashton. She's top on 4 points with plus 5 leg difference ahead of Laura Turner and Lorraine Winstanley on the same number of points. And Robin Byrne could make it a 4-way tie on 4 if she can defeat Lorraine Winstanley in match 8 that's coming next. Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 AM on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 PM and 10 PM Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 PM on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity influencer events.
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Go!
Jaden
Walker taking and Jaden Walker!
Week starring Luke Littler.
Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes, the 1-2-1. Turns the game in his favour.
Record-breaking averages.
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's
Game
destructive.
shot on the
It's
match.
Daryl Pilgrim with a
Daryl
record
Pilgrim.
average.
And insane 9 dart legs.
Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when they told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen, just when? When is it going to happen? Didn't take long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now. Welcome back. Just 3 more fixtures to play tonight in the early hours of Friday morning. Lorraine Winstanley and Robin Byrne will be the first of them, and it will be the last of Lorraine we'll see this evening. We'll see what position she leaves herself in. 2 of her games have resulted in victory after a 3-2 win against Lisa Ashton kicked off her campaign. That was followed by a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Viinikainen, who now sits at the top of the table, level on points with Winstanley and Laura Turner, who Lorraine beat 3-2 in her last outing. As for Robin Byrne, well, it's 2 wins for her. Sorry, 2 points for her, but from just 2 matches. Her victory came against Lisa Ashton 3-0, having lost 3-1 to Laura Turner earlier tonight. Either Winstanley gets herself to 6 points in a very productive evening, or it's going to be a 4-way tie with 4 players on 4 points if Byrne gets the job done here.
120. 115.
If our viewers haven't seen
83.
much of Robin Byrne, I bet they've been mightily impressed with what we've seen tonight so far from both averages just shy of the 80 mark, but
80.
the style and the pace of which she plays the game. Certainly plenty more ahead of her than there is behind her within this sport, that's for sure.
81.
Interesting starting position. Right over to the left-hand side of the hockey. Not many players. You tend to see a lot more players move a bit further right, but she starts Andrew Gilding territory, doesn't she?
Just without the little step afterwards back into the centre. Can often throw you off when you're playing Andrew Gilding there. But a lot of this will come down to the position of the back leg in regards to the side of the hockey in which you can stand.
54. Millennial car 117.
Back leg responsible for anchoring the hips.
74.
Winstanley coming back after that dramatic duel with Laura Turner.
58.
Both players mismatched
Lorraine
starts before
43.
Lorraine eventually got it done. She's now looking at 43 to take the opening leg here. From the bottom to the top. Back to the bottom for double 19.
5. Robin Yukar 136. 96. Lorraine Yukar 38.
8.
22.
Well, this would be a bit of a
Robin
steal, wouldn't
Yukar
it?
40. Getting shown the first leg.
Stolen.
Robin Byrne. Second leg, Robin to throw first. Game on.
Byrne doing the Robin. And she takes the first leg against the throat.
58.
A win here for Robin would move her temporarily into a qualifying place, into the top 3, relegating the Winstanley out in the live in play.
100.
In fact, a victory here for Robin would have 4 players all tied on 4 points. Just Lisa Ashton would be the one detached yet to pick up a victory in this Group B campaign.
62. 58. 99. 79.
Well, she had a good think about it and then miscounted.
Yeah, I think she was looking in the middle of the board, the 25 and the ball there. Could use the 18s as well in that situation. Like the fact she didn't just plough on in trying to hit the treble 20.
54.
Showing a little bit of awareness, a bit of maturity.
Of course, saw Lorraine almost take out this 140 to beat Laura Turner. She did beat her in the end, but not with this check out, and she doesn't get anywhere near it this time.
$64. We're in your car, 116. $60. Robin your car, 48. Game shot on the second leg, Robin Byrne.
This is superb, certainly in terms of the finishing.
Third leg,
Robin
Lorraine
Byrne.
through first. Game on.
Twice as many attempts for Lorraine Winstanley, but it's 2 hits from 2 for Byrne.
28.
It's a continuation of the great finishing we saw from her in the last game as well. 50% on the doubles, 3 from 6.
81.
That in a victory over Lisa Ashton.
$139. $97. $98.
Games that follow this: Ashton against Turner, and Byrne versus Viinikainen.
41. $100.
Lorraine Winstanley has been 2-0 down now 3 times tonight. One of them she lost 3-0, the other she won 3-2.
But on your car, 136. $60. $94. Lorraine, your
Nice
car,
takeoff with the last
76.
start there to leave a finish, leave an opportunity should Lorraine be unable to take out the 76.
$68. Robin, your car, 128.
Match opportunity.
Needed a second in that treble. Winstanley with 3. Her doubling has been a downfall really
62.
tonight.
Lorraine, your
Not from
car,
6
8.
in this game. Make that 0 from 7.
Game shown the
But
third
it
leg,
ends
Lorraine
there.
Winstanley.
Byrne, though, does have the darts here to get the
Fourth
job
leg,
done.
Robin to third first. Game on. $100. $83. $44. $100. $56. 83.
Well, she's taken the advantage here, Lorraine Winstanley.
45.
Taken the throw and has these in hand.
$83. 100. But in your car, 152. $140. Robin car, 156.
Great setup from Winstanley. That's all it can be from Byrne. So now she's hoping
94.
that Lorraine misses
12.
more at the outer ring.
1 from 8 on the doubles in this game, Lorraine Winstanley. Make that 1 from 11
score.
presented Robin Byrne
62.
an opportunity to get the job done. Put herself temporarily into a qualifying position.
Double 8.
46.
So close.
Lorraine your car, 12.
But now the hoping starts again. Tricky.
Getting shot on the fourth leg,
But
Lorraine Winstanley.
she finds a way. She found a way in her last match against Laura Turner
and
to turn
final
around a
leg,
2-leg
Lorraine to throw
deficit and
first.
win the
Game
game. Is she going to repeat against Robin?
She's got a very positive experience to
85.
draw on very recently, hasn't she? And that can make a big difference. You can just in that moment feel a bit invincible.
100. $60. $180.
Well, that's how to turn it back in your favour. And she gets a bit of respect from Lorraine Winstanley as well.
Well, 4 big power trebles there from Robin Byrne in the first 6 darts have wrestled the advantage of throw away from Lorraine Winstanley.
85. $77.
Good last start. Gets herself down to a finish after 9.
A few times in this game she's moved over to the treble 18 with great success, Robin Byrne. Using the old Dennis Priestley
25.
target.
Robin your car, 144. $78. $121. Robin your car, 66.
So this to win it.
Getting shot in the match,
And
Robin
Byrne gets it in the bag. And we do have a 4-way tie for the top of the table. 4 players on 4 points, including the 2 that have just played. Robin Byrne and Lorraine Winstanley, along with Laura Turner and Kirsty Viinikainen. Remarkably, Lisa Ashton is the only player yet to get off the mark. That's a decent display, isn't it, from Robin Byrne? But look at that checkout column. That tells a story. Lorraine Winstanley, 2 from 14. Robin Byrne, 3 from 4. She gets the win. Coming next, Lisa Ashton tries to get a win tonight when she takes on Laura Turner. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series for the penultimate game of tonight's arrowing action on Women's Week. Lisa Ashton against Laura Turner. Well, they came into tonight, one of them odds-on favourite, one of them rank outsider, one of them has won 2 out of 3, the other one has lost all 3, but not the one you were thinking. If you are just tuning in, it is Lisa Ashton who is at the foot of the table. No wins to her name. It's been a disappointing night. She's obviously got some kind of difficulty going on with the hand. She's using a bit of equipment to try and keep it warm. You may just see it in a non-throwing hand where she's retrieving a dart from an object that looks a little bit like a tea bag. And it's hoping to have the same effect of one once it's had boiled water poured on it as well. Can she find something, salvage something from tonight? Or can Laura Turner put herself in a very good position to reach her first finals night of the Super Series? First to 3 in this penultimate
41.
game. Well, I'm going to ask you now, because I may get a very different answer to the one you would have given at the start of the evening. Which way do you think it'll go?
I think if you'd asked me at the start of the evening, I think it was obvious the way I would have gone with it. I
55.
thought Lisa Ashton was in for a good time here in Group B. But on the balance of play and what we've seen, you'd give Laura Turner a fair crack at this match.
76.
Yeah, and she's had every chance to be perfect tonight. She had the opportunity to beat Lorraine Winstanley.
60.
It was 2-0 up in that game before Lorraine Winstanley was able to turn it around. Nearly did the
60.
same in the last game as well.
$100. 95.
Been impressed with Laura Turner tonight. Not just because the results, but
95.
how she's played, how she's managed it, how she's exceeded expectations.
59. 100. Alicia Carr, 170.
I'm not going to take out this one. Laura Turner on 91.
41.
So earlier tonight, go for this on the treble
91.
17. That's the route again. Treble 14 will be next. And now she'll just try and tee up tops.
51. Alicia Carr, 129.
With 72. That was at a treble 16, but it's in a treble 7.
$97. L'Oreal Car, 40. Getting shown the first leg, Laura Turner.
Break a throw straight away. This could be going from bad to
Second leg
worse
loaded,
for Lisa
first.
Ashton tonight.
Game on.
I think the one little saving grace she's got is if this does turn into a disaster, because we know she can go through the card tomorrow. We know that she's capable.
100.
I think the one real saving grace she's got is that third place will be on 4 points, because Robin Byrne and
81.
Kirsty Viinikainen play each other.
That is one way of looking at it, but the negative of that is we'll still have two players on 4 points, and tomorrow they will have to play each other. So they're both going to be on 6. They're all going to get to 6. So
45.
it would only be 8. And results go in Ashton's way, which means you would have to do the card.
Yeah, I think it's looking like that, isn't it? If she does lose this
140.
game, then the only way to get through tomorrow would be winning all the games, but you would not put it past her.
30.
And with that, there'd still be no guarantees. You'd still need results to go away.
It is rare, but we have seen players miss out on 8 points.
85. $45. L'Oreal Car, 91.
Could actually get 2 players miss out on 8 points, couldn't you? Because everybody could get that amount in this group.
$25.
For Laura Turner, this is just about trying to stay focused. Stay focused on the task in hand, because she knows Lisa Ashton's not quite at it here.
140. L'Oreal Car,
Let's find
66.
something there to get to a finish.
Your mind can wander at times. You can sort of overpressure the situation, try and make sure of the scenario, try and cash in the opportunity that's there,
41.
and that is a mess.
Yeah.
Lisa Car, 160.
Almost like Lisa Ashton's not playing well. I've got to beat her. I have to beat her, and suddenly you start losing your line and your weight
60.
of dart.
L'Oreal Car, 25.
You start thinking of the result over the process, don't you? And ultimately, the result is a byproduct of a successful process.
$9. Lisa Car, 100. $60. L'Oreal Car, 16.
Well, this will tell us a lot, because now Ashton has left herself on a double. Can Laura Turner hold her nerve
Game shot on the second
and
leg.
her
Laura
throw
Turner.
for a 2-leg lead over the 4-time world champion?
Third leg Lisa to throw first. Game on.
Very nice of Laura there to show us a bit of training she's had, not to turn her back to us while she's drinking her water. Go round so she's
27.
facing the camera.
60. $100.
Well, it'll be the two biggest surprises, won't it, when all said and done, when we go, what the bookie said at the start of the night, when we go on previous results and experiences, for Laura Turner to
55.
be top of the table and Lisa Ashton to be bottom. But this match is typifying the whole evening.
100. $100. $60. $81.
Loads of darts in the 5 tonight from Lisa. I think she's getting a bit sick of it.
Yeah, the belief has gone now for Lisa, hasn't it? You can see that she'll keep fighting, but maybe the group has gone.
22.
I think when you saw the lineup at the start of the week, you'd say Gemma Hayter will be there on Saturday. Lisa Ashton will be there. Who else will join them? Well, we know we've got Gemma Hayter. And that is the only player confirmed as things stand.
165.
That'll just add to the frustration when you pull a shot like that out. Be like, why is that not happening on a regular basis?
$79. Lisa Carr 20.
Well, is there still a way back? Is there still a chance for Lisa Ashton to pick up points tonight?
Getting shot on the
There
third
is.
leg. Lisa Ashton.
But Turner will be
Fourth leg roll in
determined
the
to put
third
her away
first.
here.
Game on. $45. $40. $41. $100. $60.
Well, there may yet be another leg in this match.
100.
I think the positive sign here for Lisa Ashton at the moment is things are starting to straighten up. Not straying up that 20 line.
100.
And that'll be the first bit of positivity for her, because that means the arm is coming through straight at least. You can deal with the high and low later.
60.
I think she's maybe taking a little bit more care as well. I'd have to look back at the earlier matches, but I think that she just slowed her throw down a little bit.
$100. $140.
Certainly sharpened up.
155.
Better late than never.
59. Release your car, 61.
Double 18. Double 9.
43.
Well, a chance here for
All
Laura
your car,
Turner to get it
96.
done. This could be huge when it comes to the end of this group tomorrow. And she gets 2 darts. And only needs one. What a finish that is for Laura Turner. But what a horrible evening it's been for Lisa Ashton. Just could not get anything going tonight. Could not match the fine form we saw in Group A. And Laura Turner, well, she's had an excellent evening. 3 wins from 4. A 3-1 win over Lisa Ashton. It just started really towards the back end of that match to find something she hadn't had all evening. But it was too late. Turner then did the damage with a 96 checkout to win it. And she is top of the table after a fantastic start to her Group B campaign. One more match to come. She will have company. Will it be Robin Byrne or Kirsi Viinikainen? Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 AM on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 PM and 10 PM Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 PM on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity influencer events.
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Go! Jaden Walker taking Britain! And Jaden Walker!
Week starring Luke Littler. Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes, the 1-2-1. Turns the game in his favour. Record-breaking averages.
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's
Game
destructive.
shot and the
It's
match.
Daryl Pilgrim with the
Daryl
record
Pilgrim.
average.
And insane 9 dart legs.
Max. Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when they told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen. Just when? When is it going to happen? It's been so long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now. So one more game to go tonight in the Group B of Women's Week 2. The live action for today will come to an end after this encounter between Kirsi Viinikainen and Robin Byrne, and one of them will be, well, at least joint top of the table on 6 points with Laura Turner. Whoever wins this match will have that honour. and could be top of the table. Kirsty Viinikainen will be if she wins the game. She's already got a better leg difference. Robin Byrne, if she wins it 3-0, would climb to the top.
First leg, Robin to throw first. Game
Big
on.
story of the night, the 4 defeats for Lisa Ashton, the odds-on favourite to win the group, second in Group A, 4-time world champion, struggling this evening.
46.
She may well have to, or probably will have to, win all the matches tomorrow. Maybe still even hope for favours elsewhere. But whoever wins this game will put themselves in a really good position, because even if Lisa Ashton were to turn up tomorrow and sweep the field, they'd only need one win to get to that
85.
same number of points.
$39.
It's always fun trying to predict, isn't it? The amount of points that are going to be needed to qualify through a group, but this one's looking like, well, it's looking like an 8, isn't
23.
it? Certainly if Lisa Ashton continues in the same sort of form she is at the moment.
$60. $100. $55. $59. $42.
You can just see, can't you, Robin Byrne? You mentioned it earlier, almost impatient to get to the hockey. Kirsty's kind of still there when she's towing it. Good job they don't start in the same
50.
position. Total opposite for Viinikainen, who
134.
everything is about a slow process. Takes a while to even throw the first dart once she gets there. Walks up slowly, throws them quite methodically. Retrieves at a similar pace.
58.
And maybe just adding a fraction onto it because she knows that Robin Byrne just wants to get up there and get on with the task. And
54.
We've seen already this evening Robin Byrne, a player who plays quite animated.
Right, treble 16. Right, okay, ask the ref what's left. Yep, 28.
$48.
Well, this time she can't convert.
Car 130. $78. Kirsty car 28.
What's left?
Getting shown the
Nothing
first
now.
leg, Kirsty Viinikainen.
The first leg goes the way of Viinikainen.
Second leg, Kirsty to throw first. Game on. $60.
Viinikainen did
100.
get through to the WWF World Championship this year. She came through the qualifier for that event. 2-0 win over Amanda Locke in the opening round, before going down 2-0 to Bo Greaves, where she was actually 7 into the 9 darter on that occasion. Tells me that she wants to have another go at the Lakeside. Will be going out and travelling a bit of the WDF circuit to try and get the ranking points. Will also be, where possible, taking part in the PDC Women's Series as well. So a player we're going to see quite a lot of in 2025.
100. 100.
Will we be seeing more this week? A win here, and she's in a very strong position to make finals night for the second successive Women's Week.
$68.
Nice pick off. One of those shots where you're happy when you lead the board with 68 if the treble's the last dart in hand. But that makes things a little bit more tricky here for Robin. Needs to pick off with the last dart, and she's been very, very good at that this evening. A real key strength.
$45. Robin O'Carr, 144. $104. Chris O'Carr, 88.
88 then to deny Byrne an opportunity to level and break back. It's only a dart at the ball.
63.
Fails to find
Robin
it.
O'Carr, 40. Game shot on the second
Byrne
leg.
does level.
Robin Byrne. Third leg, Robin to throw first. Game on. $140.
Don't forget, more live action on Friday here at the Modus Super Series from 1 p.m. Group
45.
C will conclude. Currently led by Steph Clark and 16-year-old Paige Pauling. Vicky Proom on their shoulder, Sophie McKinley,
59.
Katie Sheldon still in with a chance as well. Trina Gulliver, though, in similar fashion to Lisa Ashton. The all-time great, didn't win a game in the first session in that group. That gets underway from 1 p.m. UK time. This group continues at 10 p.m. on
40.
Friday night, but of course there is wall-to-wall darts coverage. Immediately after this show, we'll be reliving
92.
the first Women's Week here at the Super Series. If you missed that, then just carry on watching here on Pluto TV. Where there is
85.
plenty of brilliant darts documentaries, features, and the story of Matthew Edgar.
83.
It's got to be the most watched episode, hasn't it, so far on Pluto TV? One of the stories was about this exact finish that Robin Byrne's about to go for.
76. Robin O'Carr,
Yeah, tungsten talk with that man, Mr. Paul Hinks, where the 127 in game came from. Won't be getting to say it this time.
30.
He just loves it so much.
81. Robin O'Carr, 97. $57.
A good setup from Byrne. Just 3 big singles to tee up tops.
$60. Robin O'Carr, 40. Getting shown the third leg, Robin Byrne.
Now she moves within 1 of the win.
By Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
Been a great turnaround as well from Byrne. She did lose her opening match of the evening to Laura Turner. Has bounced back in style.
Yeah, there's a lot to like, isn't there, about Robin
45.
Byrne, the way she plays the game. Very good watch as well.
85.
Clear passion for the game. Plays with enthusiasm. Sort of player you think would really relish playing in front of one of those sort of sizable crowds that you get at the women's match play.
$82.
I think she's one of those that's got the potential. She's probably in that sort of best of the rest category at the moment, but
100.
Don't know, maybe a few sessions with an expert like Dr. Edgar alongside me to correct a thing or two, and you could see the elevation.
82.
She's got an awful lot right at the moment, hasn't she, Robin Byrne? Knocking on the door of the elite.
133. $60. Kirsty O'Carr,
Well, this one does look set to go the distance, as Viinikainen has a couple of visits to convert this 98. May only need a couple of darts. Or she may split it, actually. Happier to go for double 16.
66. $24. Kirsty O'Carr, 32.
Well, she's still got all the time in the world here.
No score.
All the way up the outside of the wire there for Viinikainen. 3 well-thrown darts. Sometimes they can be the most frustrating when you
58.
feel like you've
Kirsty O'Carr,
thrown them well, but
32.
you've not got the reward.
Well, different target now, double 8.
Getting shown the fourth
So
leg.
often you
Kirsty
do see that when you
Viinikainen.
miss a few at one double. Going inside and getting a go at another.
Fifth and
Proves to be
final leg.
successful.
Robin to throw first. Game on.
Who will be successful here? Whoever is will have 6 points to take into tomorrow night. Well, what a way to start a last leg decider.
That ensures that tonight she will be leaving as the biggest maximum hitter.
60.
Although without a bit of a side win, the main win she's going to want is the game here to put her into one of those qualifying places overnight.
100.
She did this as well, didn't she, in a game with Lorraine Winstanley? When that one went the distance, it was a ton followed by the maximum. 221 points
60.
left after 6. Replicated.
$57.
Brilliant by Byrne. Just practicing in the background as well there. Really determined to get the job done here. This could
100.
be huge.
Robin Carwood and 64. $58.
Viinikainen can't leave a finish from here. Robin Byrne confirmed
60.
6 darts
Robin
now at
Carr,
the 106.
106.
To move herself into a qualification place overnight.
Does it in 3. Quick turnaround, shake the hand. A 3-2 success for Robin Byrne. Puts her in a very good position. 3 wins from 4. After an early defeat to Laura Turner, she's bounced back brilliantly, has Robin Byrne. That one over Kirsty Viinikainen, well, it was won with that fantastic final leg. Byrne taking out the 106. 3 from 5 on the doubles in the end. A superb victory for Robin Byrne that sees her joint top of the table with Laura Turner. Myself and Matthew Edgar will analyse all of this evening's action after the break. Well, what an astonishing set of results this evening. It started with Laura Turner, the outsider, winning against Kirsty Viinikainen, then Lisa Ashton, the favourite, losing to Lorraine Winstanley, and that trend continued. Laura Turner would go on to win 3 of her matches. Lisa Ashton would lose all of hers, and Byrne, who lost her opener to Laura Turner, won her final 3 to join Turner at the top of the table. Turner on 6 points, Byrne also on 6. Kirsty Viinikainen and Lorraine Winstanley have 4. Lisa Ashton remarkably on 0 at the foot of the field. We'll talk about her in a moment, but let's start by talking about our colleague Laura Turner, who said at the start of this evening that she really wanted to have a much better start than she had in Group C in the first Women's Week. Well, she's certainly achieved that, hasn't she?
And it's paid off, hasn't it? Winning that first game, the way she did it as well, that combination finish just sets you up for the day, makes you feel confident, makes you believe that you can go on to do what she has done here. And that is have a really successful day. She really could have won all the games today. Only going down in one game by 3 legs to 2. She was 2-0 up in that game as well. So it could have been the perfect day for Laura Turner. She's in a very, very strong position now. And she'll really fancy the chances of getting through to Saturday night.
Was that checkout we just saw the key moment when she beat Kirsty Viinikainen 76 out in the first match with her opponent waiting on a double?
Yeah, it's a confidence builder, isn't it? And you want to take those sort of shots out clean. Those sort of shots, they don't seem like big finishers, but they are. They're potentially 2 darters. You'd hope to be out in 3. And they're the differences between the levels. When you look at what separates a good player from a Pro Tour player, what separates the bottom 64 from the top 64, is that the regularity of which they go. Because when you look at the front 9 average, there's not a lot of difference throughout the levels, and certainly with the field that we're dealing with this week, there's hardly anything to separate the players on the front 9. So it's all coming down to those sort of combination shots, and that's where Laura's been really strong tonight, not just there, but in many games.
Yeah, right at the end of the night when she beat Lisa Ashton, because Lisa was starting to sort of suddenly find something, wasn't she? But Laura Turner put her away with this 96 checkout, just to further highlight the point you've just made.
Yeah, absolutely. And it resisted the challenge of Lisa Ashton, because we see what it means to Laura Turner when she's started off quite well. If Lisa Ashton would have started that turnaround, give her some hope coming into tomorrow, put some points on the board, could be a completely different story when we do talk about Lisa Ashton.
What went wrong for Lisa Ashton tonight?
I think that's quite a long list. I think if I start with what went right for her, it'll be a much shorter one, because really nothing sort of was working for Lisa Ashton tonight. She was trying things. She used the accessories again tonight. And I'm really surprised by it, because I thought we saw a lot from Lisa Ashton in a Group A campaign. Sort of came from nowhere, really, this sort of dip in performance to the level it has. Yes, we've seen sort of a few signs and a few telltale signs, but I didn't think it'd play up the way it has tonight. And I personally thought Lisa Ashton was still value at 8 to 13, and now she's probably in big danger, maybe not even going to qualify through this group. I think you'd have been very brave to have put Lisa Ashton to lose all 4 games tonight, but if you did, you'd be getting a mighty payout tonight.
Yeah, there was no sign of it, as you said, no sign of any sort of injury or discomfort. We even asked her about it when she spoke to us in the studio in Group A, that she felt comfortable, so nobody really saw that coming. She was squeezing this sort of hand warmer. What is that for? What kind of problem might she be suffering with there?
So there's 2 things that could be. The first one was what we thought it was throughout the week, which was just sort of some chill or some cold in the air. Now with that, what will happen is the body will take the blood away from the extremities, the fingers, the toes. And if you think about your darts and your grip, the last thing you want is the blood to retract. Because what it's going to do is going to lose feeling. And when you've got the dart in the fingertips like Lisa Ashton does, you're going to lose the feeling, which means the hand's going to open slower, the dart's is going to flop out the hand, it's going to nosedive, it's going to drop. And we saw that a few times, the dart just dropping down, getting thrown to the bullseye. It's not that cold in here tonight. If anything, I think it's quite warm. I was at one point going to put the aircon on. And when we think about where that's coming from, it has to be nerves. I don't mean nerves as in like pressure. I mean nerves as in the nerves in the arm. Possible. We know she's had issues with that arm, certain in terms of nerve damage and operations, and maybe that's just plaguing her a little bit, because again, the one thing that really gives you that feeling back is heat. And maybe she's got to look at something for tomorrow, but I'm not sure there's a chance still here for her in this group.
Yeah, usually in this group you just about survive, but going to a player who thrived tonight, Robin Byrne, much to be impressed about.
I honestly haven't seen that much of Robin Byrne. I've seen the odd couple of games when I've been commentating on the women's series, but I've not seen a large sample from her. And with that, been very impressed. And I'm sure our viewers have as well, if they're seeing Robin Byrne for the first time tonight. Very impressive. I like the passion she plays with the game. She plays at a good pace. She's got a good rhythm. She's got a good solid throw and action. There's not much that's going to go wrong with that. And you can really see the emotions at times within a game. I like watching expressive players. I like watching fast players. I like watching good players. And she ticks all those boxes.
Is she a contender to be lifting that trophy on Saturday night?
Absolutely. And I wasn't so sure beforehand. Again, I'm purely just looking at results and numbers. I haven't had the luxury of seeing Robin Byrne as much as maybe some people have, but on a deeper inspection and over a larger sample that we've seen tonight, absolutely, she's going to be one of the contenders alongside Gemma Hayter and Paige Paul in my prediction from Group C.
And you mentioned it as well, a key thing was how she performed in those last leg deciders.
Very good, especially the last two. When it's getting to the business end, the early game also is fine. Then you're jostling for position by the end of the night. You're jostling for that form going into the next night. And both legs, 2-2, 180, 100. Leaving 221 after 6 starts is always going to give you an opportunity at the back end of legs. And what also it does, it just resists any sort of hope that your opponent's got. It sort of makes it all about you, and I was really, really impressed with so many aspects of a game tonight. I could just sit reeling them off all night.
What about the other two then, Kirsty Viinikainen and Lorraine Winstanley? Hit and miss, I suppose, could be a fair description for both players.
Yeah, I think their head-to-head's going to be vital tomorrow when we look at sort of the league table and the position that they're in now. They've got to try and close that gap on the people above them, but their head-to-head could be telling in regards to which one of those two go through in the qualifying spots.
Do you think there's only one player leaving unhappy tonight?
I think they'll all probably feel they've left something out there. Even Laura Turner, top of the table, she'll be delighted when she wakes up in reflection, but she'll probably be going back thinking about those missed opportunities when 2-0 up against Lorraine. And everyone's had those sort of moments tonight. No one's sort of been beaten. They'll all feel like they just gave a little bit away. And tonight, you think about that. Tonight, that stews. Tonight, that lives with you. Tomorrow, when you wake up, that's when you get to reflect on the positivity and the good things. There was a lot of good things down there tonight.
Can Lisa Ashton do it? If she plays like we know she can she turn this around and get through?
I'm going to answer that two ways. I'm going to say yes, she can. It is mathematically possible, but I don't think she does.
Who does?
I think Laura Turner goes through. Robin Byrne, I think, could potentially win this group now. I've been mightily impressed with her tonight. And when you're watching her play, I think there's a little bit more in the tank there. And I like what I've seen Lorraine Winstanley. I like that sort of fighting spirit she's got. A few times tonight she's been 2-0 down and got herself back into a battle. On one occasion was managed to turn that game completely around. You never see anything deviate in Lorraine Winstanley. Whether she's 2-0 up, 2-0 down, she's got that fight, and I like that.
Well, thank you for your company tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see you again for more live action. A double session of darts here from the Modus Super Series kicking off at 1 p.m. We will see you again tomorrow. Looking for uninterrupted 24/7 darts? Simply download the Pluto TV app on your smart TV, mobile phone or smart device. And you can find us on the Modus Super Series Darts channel. Watch us live from 9:30 a.m. on Monday to Wednesday, from 1 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thursday and Friday, and for our weekly and series finals, 7:30 p.m. on Saturdays. Still not got enough darts? We've got you covered. When we aren't live, you can find the best of Modus on the channel. From amazing charity infantry events.
Has to go for Jaden. Big pressure for the little man, but what a shot to stay alive this would be.
Week starring Luke Littler.
Could this be it? Bullseye for Littler. In it goes, the 1-2-1. Turns the game in his favour.
Record-breaking averages.
And record-breaking darts. Double 16. It's destructive. It's Daryl Pilgrim with the record average.
And insane 9 dart legs.
Max.
108.
And Sherrick is continuing upon a road towards perfection. That's a second max in succession. Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the...
But that's not all. We also have the exclusive series of On the Hockey.
But when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
Deep dives in our tungsten talks.
No email at all. That really is. And the words that just come out make me head what? 127 in game. I cried a few tears when they told me. I still love it so much.
And Modus documentaries.
Everyone knows we're watching something special.
This is going to happen. Just when? When is it going to happen? Didn't take long.
Darts is on 24/7, so what are you waiting for? Download the app on your smart TV, any smart device, including your mobile phone, and search for the Modus Super Series. And watch us now.